Why do we still shoot film? Well, it's all about the look. Film often brings out certain imperfections or textures that render too clinically when you're shooting digital. Some of these are rooted in chemistry and optics. Let's get into some of them. Highlight roll-off. Film has a particular approach to exposure, where the highlights slowly turn into a bloom instead of directly clip as they do when you're shooting digital. This makes flares, windows, and skies look painterly instead of badly exposed. Halation. On film, bright highlights bloom because they bounce back off the base and register on the emulsion layer. Think about glowing streetlights, neon signs, etc. Digital cameras don't organically do this unless you add on certain filters. Next, one of the characteristic elements is film grain and sharpness. Film sharpness is different to digital sharpness because the image is clear, but the edges have a subtler, softer grain. Grain itself is organic noise caused from exposing the particular film layers and then getting them processed in post-production. It is random and pleasing, unlike digital grain, which feels like a mistake. Next, we have chromatic aberrations and color. Some lenses, such as vintage lenses and Cooke Panchro lenses, have this very beautiful aberration that when rendered on digital can feel like a mismatch or a mistake, but when an aberration happens on film, it creates beautiful color blooms and it looks deliberate and artistic. Motion blur and frame rate. Because film is completely analog, you can feel the frame rate and the movement. The micro jitter that is caused when film moves through the gate creates a very subtle, organic feel. Digital is extremely rock solid and stable, so creating this sort of alive feeling is extra difficult. Combined with the grain and the motion, especially certain staccato motion if you do fast pans on a film camera, it looks more human and characteristic. The core idea is that film is forgiving of imperfections. It appreciates characteristic and grain, whereas digital has a difficult process to emulate this exact look. In digital, aberrations look like flaws, blown out highlights is bad exposure, and it doesn't carry over the painterly characteristics that are expressed when you're shooting film. That's why DPs look for ways to make digital look more characteristic, and that's why we use vintage lenses, diffusion overlays, and other characteristic filters to put in front of our lens.